Yo, just finished my workout. So that was a good workout. No, no bad days at the gym. As long as you're at the gym, as long as you made it to the gym, how can it be bad? Unless you like injured something. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just important you show up. Yeah, so I finished my workout half an hour ago. It's now close to 2 minutes out from 3 a.m. I finished around 2:25, I'd say, and I was just chit-chatting. And I'm getting close to not meeting my window for my protein synthesis, which in hindsight, now that I think about it, now that it's wintertime, I can do what I used to do back in the day where I used to actually keep my protein shake in the car. Sometimes I would freeze up, but it was the best way. It's nice, because sometimes there's three kind of things that would happen. It's like either one, I finish my workout, I get home from the gym, no protein is made, I loafed around, sometimes I have a meal, or I just skip it entirely, which is total L, because it's like you're not getting nutrition, you're not putting gas back in the tank, and you're just going to bed all sore and your body destroyed, and you're not going to make any gains at that, no matter how long you sleep, and your body will cannibalize itself to kind of recover, let's say. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, a fourth instance, or one instance would be I get home and then I make my protein shake then, but there's just a delay in that. So what I do now is I almost always make my protein shake, so it's just chilling in the fridge. All throughout summer it's been like that. But and then I guess the other scenario now that I'm bringing up is now that it's wintertime, I can just keep it with me in the car, and it allows me to make sure I get it ASAP. You're refueling right away, and then I get home and you don't even have to think about it. You can just throw it in the dishwasher and then get your meal in and shower, go to bed, etc. But I'm getting close to that, so I want to make sure I get that in. In the meantime, I'll have my apple. So one really quick thing I want to bring up or talk about, which I've done how many times already, or want to keep talking about, is the topic of jobs. So, I mean, by design, go with the flow, right? Be like water. If you don't get a job, at the end of the day, it's just a huge wake-up call to just go independent, right? My whole thing is the job market's fucking cooked. Everything's fucked. I don't even want to work a job. It's I'm looking for a job, but I don't want a job. I don't want to participate in the whole 9-to-5 grind, make fuck all. Everything just doesn't make fucking sense. And then it's it fucking traps you. I never get to live my life. And then I'm almost performing in a system where I now am living through a double disability, so to speak. Dude, they're everywhere. So anyways, there's different set of jobs. So architecture's a whole other conversation, which I want to really talk about and bring up later on. So in the time I have now until I get home, maybe I'll do what I can. But so architecture's one thing. So that's all cooked. And I mean, architecture's ready. The whole STEM, most of the fields are absolutely freaking cooked, which makes no sense. Is my work just bad? I said this before, it's I'm in a worse position now in terms of job prosperity than I was prior experience, prior education, etc. Makes no sense. So again, just go with the flow. Why keep on bashing my head, wasting my time applying? Dude, I love it. Gives me all the reason to just not do it. Plus with my health, it's again, this whole why not just do my own thing, pursue my own creative arts, acts, photos, creations, writings, whatever else. Literally, why not just do what I want to do then? It's hey, it's not working out with this person, just find someone else type of thing. So architecture, that, and then alternative stuff, which is it's okay, there's really good bougie architecture firms in Switzerland I like to work at, or I did before. Now I'm I don't even want to work there at all, because it's all the same shit. And then there's like firms in Canada, which are, there's some good ones, couldn't get an interview there. I applied to a few dozen. And there's like shitty, like mid corporate firms and don't even want to do that. Applied to a few. Dude, even if I reach like old firms, they're not hiring. Anyways, nothing makes any sense at all. And then there's like shitty firms don't even want to apply there. It's like, it's just bullshit. Like, I'm not that desperate for fucking money just to commit suicide in those environments. And then what's the other option? Then there's like alternative roles too, so like project coordinator, project manager, estimate, I don't know, like just all these other bullshit positions. One thing I was kind of open to, I applied to like some marketing roles, which is kind of fit in line with like content creation, marketing, brand development, etc. Granted, I'm still doing it for someone else. My whole thing is I want to do for myself. It's like I want to do my own architecture, I want to do my own brand development, I want to do my own startup, I want to do my own creation. So again, it's like, why not do it for myself? And I can pitch my own idea, I can pursue my own vision, my way, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, than trying to fit in line with someone else and then still being that same performative, you know, corporate work environment, whatever else. And even then I can't even get a position. Why? Is it because I don't have the marketing education or whatever else? Like, because I could build a case where it's like, I do better photography than someone who went to school for photography or whatever else. And anyway, it doesn't matter whether it's like, I mean, given, I'm going to just say like I'm a multidisciplinary artist or designer, etc. But well, again, like one thing I thought about it too is like, even in terms of like photo jobs, so it's like the more you work down the scale ladder, the education ladder, the more applicants, sorta, I think there are, and the more like water. And then again, the whole application process is complete fucking bullshit today. So like one fun fact, I walked into a camera store, I'm like, yo, can I speak to the manager? The guy's like, manager's busy. I'm like, dude, let me just speak to the manager. It's crazy, right? 2025, you're applying with like a paper resume, but it's like, dude, I just want to stand out. I've tried everything else. Why not? One thing's not working. If plan A doesn't work, try plan B. I came in another day. Same thing. He's like, manager's busy. I'm like, dude, let me just speak to him. I'm like, I already dropped off my resume. He's like, he's busy. He's like, oh, you can just apply on the online portal like everyone else. I'm like, bro, I fucking applied it. Let me just speak to the manager. He's like, oh, the manager's not in charge of the whole hiring thing. It's like it's all bureaucracy. This guy's just a fucking NPC in the system. It's like, dude, all right, you're not the person I need to speak to in this instance. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, so I've applied to like the same camera show like 3 or 4 times. Can't get it. My condition aside, like I'm not even explicitly like mentioning my condition or like, forget all the equity stuff. Like it's all a pitch when they're like, hey, we accept everyone or whatever. But anyways, my whole thing is I'm going to finish pitching this and then gas up. Or maybe I'll gas up first. No, I want to. I'm here. All right. I'm going to gas up and then finish the pitch. Yeah, and so just another thing worth mentioning as well, not unrelated to this, but sort of in tangent to the whole application process. I mean, this is not a new thing. There's been dozens of people who've talked about that. I mean, everything's going to get replaced at the end of the day, but it's like making a point on the whole going in person just to do whatever it takes to get yourself forward. Because I mean, what is it? It's like applying to jobs today is like sending yourself into like a black hole. It's like what's the chance of even getting seen, let alone selected? And it's so meaningless, man. Just the whole job application process, etc. But anyways, another thing too on that same note is like, what's the alternative? It's like, okay, then you now have to, in today's age at least, and so in which you have to put and piece together your resume, your application, or your CV or whatever, increasingly so best by AI, just because everyone else is using AI, most of which people are glazing their own applications, etc., all the rest. And oh man, the whole process is entirely meaningless. Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's like, is this even you at the end state? Not like cover letter style, but even like what you're putting down, it's like whether you have experience or not. Anyways, only to submit it back into a machine, of which gets sorted, filtered, and chosen by and through and with AI to do mostly useless wage slave, kind of monotonous, behind a screen work, of which will just inevitably get replaced by AI which at the end of the day just destroys the total human dimension of things. It's like, kind of lost my train of thought, but let's go for a little drive, finish my apple, just gas up, just to finish that up. It says this like -1, -2 on the dash, but it feels like -10. I think the other day it said it felt like -16 on my rest day, which is crazy. Like, honestly, I'm surprised. This jacket, I mean, mind you, I'm not really exposed. My hands are cold. I'm just wearing like a thin liner too, like underneath this. If I have a sweater on, it'd probably help, but I might have to start wearing or like putting a shell on top just to help with, wind deflection and just adding an extra layer, albeit not an insulate. So I think, all right, gotta hit my park here. All right, let me do something real quick. Just got a quick snack and dropped off a little Christmas gift for someone who works at a local food spot that's open late, let's say. So anyways, it was just the whole job thing. It's like I've applied to a couple dozen like content creation roles, which I mean, anyone can be a content creator today, like photography roles. Again, everyone's a photographer today. And same thing with like architecture, everything else. It begs the question. Granted, it's a lot lower of a skill. It's like more people can work as a quote unquote or shoot content, of which the baseline's so low, versus being an architect or engineer or a medical professional. Which I mean, engineering and STEM are kind of cooked right now, but. Anyways, my whole thing was, like, I'm applying to photography stuff, and it's like, if I can't get architecture, I'm like, hey, I should be able to get this, because I'm, like, there's no requirement that says you have to have gone to school for, it's more like your output, your experience, like, I've put in the hours, like, what am I doing wrong? And I question myself. This is like, again, everything has its reason. It's not meant to be, don't hate yourself if it's not working out at the end of the day, but, and heck, and then even like the low bare skill level jobs, which I mean, we kind of know where the reality of that's like. There's high school kids competing, new migrants competing. Everyone's wanting that shit. Do I even want to work minimum wage? I've never worked a minimum wage job my whole entire life. But it's like, dude, I've applied to like Chipotle for what it's worth. Condition aside, I'm like, that'd be a cool gig. Why not? They didn't get it. I remember I had anyways, but like, I wouldn't apply to like a grocery store, but it's like, dude, if I didn't get that before, why would I get it now? And then everything's just so difficult. But yeah, the whole photography thing just really kind of woke me up. So my whole thing now is like, if I can't get a job for them, I'm just gonna do it for myself. It's just, again, like just shooting freelance or just being independent. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like interesting times we're in right now. It's like, yeah, I wish I could just get some gigs and stuff like that. Yeah, I applied for a few, kind of like a handful of like content creation, photographer kind of jobs. And like I'm attaching my portfolio. Is it not curated to like shoot events or shoot like real estate? Sure, but is that like, would you, dude, I can clearly shoot that. Obviously, it's like if I'm a sous chef or if I'm like a first line cook and I'm applying for McDonald's, it's like the whole like overqualification thing. It's like, if I can do calculus, I can do grade 1 math. So it's like, why? Anyways, I mean, I think you get the point by now. That's my whole thing. It's whatever, I guess. But yeah, just nothing makes sense. Job market's cooked, and I guess the whole thing is just got to make the best of it and do what I can. And I guess I'll continue this later on. So.